Hello everybody, my name is Strange Eli and welcome to another video. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time and I haven't really found the right time or the right way to say it. And I didn't want to say anything that I didn't know anything else about because I don't want to step over my words or regret what I'm going to say or anything like that. But what I'm going to say is pretty controversial because as it's pretty obvious, I'm a comic book fan. And I've said I'm a DC fanboy before, but what I really kind of mean is I really dislike Marvel comics. People often confuse the term dark to describe a storyline. People often confuse dark as mature. DC comics are not dark. They're just more mature in comparison to Marvel comics. Comics like Miss Marvel, or Totally Awesome Hulk, or The Unbeatable Squirrel, or Vote Loki, or Hellcat, or any of those comics like that, or even some of Mockingbird that I've read, have a really bad time of just kind of being nebulous, unnecessary, way too light to really like matter, way too based on humor. It's just, honestly, it's the only way I can really describe it is that it's just too light. And it's not even so much it's like, oh, my cold and bitter cynical heart requires that I need dark and mature storylines. Like it's not what it is. It's just that like it becomes to a point where I don't feel like anything matters because it kind of feels like fan fiction of itself. It feels overly like jokey, it feels overly happy, it just feels over the top, but in a really bad way, and often the art does not help, especially in Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. Unbeatable Squirrel Girl has some of the worst comic book art I've ever seen, and Vote Loki, I mean, come on guys, like the artwork on that. And I get that doing the art for a comic is a hard job, but like, damn, it's hard to read. It's like it makes it difficult to read that the art is so bad. But on top of that, like I've never read an issue of Miss Marvel that I've liked. I've never even read a full issue of Unbeatable Squirrel Girl because it's so painful for me to read. And everything that I've heard about the Totally Awesome Hulk, I really don't like. I like the idea of the Hulk being this like complex and complicated like Bruce Banner versus the Hulk, and which one's the real person, and this cool concept of duality in the story. And it's, you know, like those characters are really interesting and can do really interesting things, but they're being pushed to the weight side because they have to move over for Miss Marvel or Unbeatable Squirrel Girl or any of those characters. And it's too light. It's fan fiction of itself. The art isn't good most of the time, with some exceptions. And I don't know, it's really hard for me to find a Marvel comic that I really like. And here's the thing, is that I love Spider-Man. And I really, really like the X-Men. And I really like Captain America as a character. I like the Hulk as a character, just not Totally Awesome Hulk. And like, there's all these really, really cool characters and stories and things that are in Marvel comics that I really appreciate. But even all new X-Men, which I've heard is really good, I'm still like, because it's just like, X-23 is like an interesting character, but like why not just have Wolverine? Like why not just have normal Wolverine? And like why not have Storm in all new X-Men? I mean, I get that she's in Extraordinary X-Men, but like I don't know. It just I think that there's a lot of potential, a lot of untapped potential in Marvel Comics, and I just can't find a good, mature, fun to read comic. And it's not like DC is incapable of doing this, because I stopped reading Harley Quinn because it felt like it was too light to really matter. And I didn't really feel like in years, what am I going to remember? In a couple of years, what am I going to remember? Am I going to remember The Court of Owls? Or am I going to remember some story for Harley Quinn? Because I've read all of the New 52 Harley Quinn from like 1 to 30 something, and I really can't recall a whole story arc from that comic. Like, because none of it matters. None of it's super light. It's super funny. It's super. I mean, it's mature in the way where there's some sexual material, but like it's not mature in the way where it's like a well-built story. I don't know. I guess it's hard to explain. But what I'm trying to say is that like when you're writing a comic, you gotta put some faith in the audience, and you gotta understand that if they have questions, they can find answers. And I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm sure that some of you are not gonna like this video, and that's fine. I'm sure that some of you are gonna run down to the comments and tell me that I'm stupid for not liking it, and that's fine. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If they bring back the rating system, go ahead and give it 5 stars, but we all know that they won't. If you know any Marvel stories that are really good, let me know. Put them in the comments, because I want to read a good Marvel story. So, and I need to read one. I need a good Marvel story. I really, really like X-Men. I want to read an X-Men story really bad. But anyways, guys, that'll be it. So, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.